Ida Saxton was born in Canton, Ohio, the elder daughter of James Saxton, prominent Canton baker, and Catherine DeWalt. Ida graduated from Brook Hall Seminary, a finishing school in Medea, Pennsylvania. Ida was refined, charming, and strikingly attractive when she met William McKinley at a picnic in 1867. They did not begin courting until after she returned from a grand tour of Europe in 1869. While single, she worked for a time as a cashier in her father's bank, a position then usually reserved for men. William McKinley, age 27, married Ida Saxton, age 23, on January 25, 1871, at the First Presbyterian Church in Canton, Ohio, while it was still under construction. Following the wedding, the couple attended a reception at the home of the bride's parents and left on an Eastern wedding trip. Their first child, Catherine, was born on Christmas Day, 1871. She was smothered with love by Ida until a second daughter was born in the spring of 1873. Their second daughter, also named Ida, died the same year. Ida McKinley was deeply affected by this and developed epilepsy, and desperately feared the loss of her firstborn child, Katie. 2 years later, in June 1875, Katie became ill with typhoid fever and died within days. Ida never recovered from her daughter's deaths, and the McKinleys had no more children. It is unclear when William McKinley began a serious prepare to run for president. William McKinley was sworn in as president on March 4, 1897, as Ida and his mother looked on. President McKinley took great care to accommodate her condition. In a break with tradition, he insisted that his wife be seated next to him at state dinners rather than at the other end of the table. Guests noted that whenever Miss McKinley was about to undergo an epileptic seizure, the president would gently place a napkin or handkerchief over her face to conceal the contorted features. When it passed, he would remove it and resume whatever he was doing as if nothing had happened. Soon after his second inauguration on March 4, 1901, William and Ida McKinley undertook a 6-week tour of the nation. Traveling mostly by train, the McKinleys were to travel through the South to the Southwest and then up the Pacific coast and east again, to conclude with a visit on June 13, 1901 to the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York. However, the First Lady fell ill in San Francisco, California, causing her husband to limit his public events and cancel a series of speeches he had planned to give. He also postponed the visit to the fair until September. At the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York, President William McKinley was shot twice at close range. On September 6, 1901, William urged his aides to break the news gently to Ida and to call off the mob that was sent on lynching his assassin. McKinley was taken to the Exposition aid station where the doctor was unable to locate the second bullet. Unknown to the doctors, gangrene was growing on the walls of his stomach and slowly poisoning his blood. By evening, William knew he was dying. At 2:15 a.m. on September 14th, President McKinley died. Ida could not bring herself to attend his funeral. Her health eroded as she withdrew to the safety of her home and memories in Canton, Ohio. She survived the president by less than 6 years, dying on May 26, 1907. She was buried next to him and their 2 daughters in Canton's McKinley Memorial Mausoleum. Ida's childhood home, the Saxton House, has been preserved on Market Avenue in Canton, Ohio. The house was restored to its Victorian splendor and became part of the First Lady's National Historic Site. At its dedication in 1998, admission to the First Lady's National Historic Site includes both the exhibits in the Education and Research Center and a guided tour of Ida Saxton McKinley's historic home.